friends, this is Dana Neild from Dana Neild Designs, and today we're going to learn how to half double crochet in the back loop. Only this is a super simple variation on half double crochet stitches that creates beautiful ridging. I use this stitch in my men's crochet shawl for charity. So here I just have a H 5mm hook. This is a Furls hook, and this is a little bit left over from the Furls Wander yarn that I used for the pattern. So we're going to start with a slip knot like we always would, and for half double crochet in the back loop only, you can chain any number to get started. So I'm just going to do a really small swatch here, just so we can all get the hang of it. Let's see, maybe I'll chain, let's do 11. All right, where am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. For our first row, we're going to just half double crochet across. I always like to do the back bump, work into the back bump. You can see right here, kind of turn the V's towards you, and that gives you the back bump. If you're not familiar with half double crochet at all you do is yarn over, then insert your hook into the stitch. Again, I'm going into the back bump. Yarn over and pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And I don't think I said this, but we just did that in the second chain from the hook. Okay, so work a half double crochet in the back bump of the second chain from your hook for row 1 of this stitch. All right, and then just do that across. So yarn over again, find the next back bump. Show that a little closer there. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. All right, and just do that across. Oops, slowly but surely. The reason I always like to half double crochet, well, to work into the back bumps, no matter what the stitch is, for my foundation row, is because it gives you a really clean edge. You can even already start to see it. Gives you a very clean edge on the bottom of your work. So for the shawl pattern, there's no border, and the clean edge isn't, crucial to the overall design, but for something like a blanket, which is my primary focus, I mainly design baby blankets. If you're putting a border on it, any pattern where you're putting a border, it could be even like a square that you want to join later or something into a larger project, it's super helpful to have that clean edge to work your first round of a border into it. All right. And one more stitch here. Sometimes it's a little funky looking, that last stitch, because you've got the knot too where you started, but you can see the back bump right there. All right. So there's our first row of half double crochets. And we're just going to chain 1 and turn. All right, now to work in the back loop, we're still going to begin by yarning over, but instead, typically you work under both loops of a stitch for like single crochet, double crochet, any of your standard stitches. But here we are purposely only working into this back loop. So you'll pierce that V on top, and working in that under just that loop farthest from you is what's going to produce those beautiful ridges. So work your half double crochet as usual, yarn over, insert your hook in that back loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 and continue that way across. So it's a very simple stitch with beautiful impact, creating a really cozy fabric. All right, and I'll get to the end of the row here just to show you what the finished effect is like. And then just be cognizant, sometimes that very last stitch of the row kind of, again, looks a little funky, looks a little different, a little tighter. But you can see the 3 loops, you know, right here. You can always use a stitch marker, and I always recommend this for larger projects, to mark the first and last stitch of your row so you don't accidentally drop stitches or even add stitches accidentally. It creates a really, it prevents you, it makes the crocheting more mindless and prevents you from not having a perfect square or rectangle or, you know, perfect edge. So there's our first ridge that we just made. And it's just lovely. So that's the repeat. You've already got it down. You just chain 1, turn, and repeat row 2. Half double crochet in that back 3rd loop across. You can probably stop the video at this point. I'm just going to keep going to show what that completed fabric will look like after another row or 2, or you can skip ahead, feel free. I'm splitting stitches here, pardon me. This is a really nice mindless pattern to make for your prayer shawl group. That's by design so that you can create something lovely for charity while also socializing with some of the ladies at church or just with your family. Maybe you guys have a movie night you're doing and you want to do something with your hands for a good cause in the meantime. So why design a men's crochet shawl for charity? Well, there's organizations that specifically take shawls for hospice patients, and of course approximately 50% of hospice patients are men, and the charities are looking for donations for men as well. It's not just, you know, for the women patients, so it's always nice to have something handmade to gift to, you know, a really worthy cause. A lot of family members of, you know, the man or woman who've passed away, that they keep the shawl. It's, you know, a keepsake. It's really heartwarming to receive something handmade when you're going through such a difficult thing. And so there aren't a whole lot of shawl patterns out there for men. I imagine not too many men wear shawls, you know, routinely, but for a cause like that, it's a really nice, it's a nice thing to have. So I'll do one more row while we're at it. And of course you can modify the width or length of the pattern to suit you for whatever project. If you decide, actually, I want to use this stitch for a blanket, that would be lovely. You can make little coasters. You could make face scrubbies. You can make dishcloths. I think a dishcloth would be great because of the ridges. It would like be a it'd be nice for, like, I don't know, having that texture is helpful for wiping tables or what have you. So, all right, here's a few more rows so you can see that effect. So you've got a couple ridges here on the back, same thing, couple ridges here. That is the stitch, my friends. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you are interested in more mindless patterns, especially baby blankets, because that's mainly what I do. But I've got the occasional shawl pattern as well, charity pattern in general. Feel free to subscribe for future updates and check out my newsletter and get notified when new patterns are released. All right, friends, thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful day.